Hello everyone, in honor of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, I decided to make another video going over my top 10 favorite Mission Impossible moments. I have a video from a couple of years ago, but now this includes stuff from Dead Reckoning Part 1. Your mission, should you choose to accept it. Starting off with some honorable mentions are the Mission Impossible 3 Fulcrum scene. The scene where he has to go rob the rabbit's foot. He ends up going on a rope, jumping off, and you have that wonderful moment where he hits the roof of the building and is going down. Such an incredible shot. After that is a scene from Rogue Nation where Ethan Hunt infiltrates the British embassy and he pretends to be the leader of the MI6. I love that moment with the mask reveal. Desperate times, desperate measures. Also from Rogue Nation is the water heist. Such a crazy moment with Tom Cruise really holding his breath underwater, going through, switching the key cards for Benji, and then being rescued by Ilsa Faust. After that moment was the bike chase, very reminiscent of Mission Impossible 2. I love this quick chase in Rogue Nation. After the car chase, we have Ethan Hunt on a motorcycle, all the way down to that cool moment where the guy goes off the bike and you see that explosion. And then lastly, for honorable mentions, is Mission Impossible 2 at the beginning. You think it's Ethan Hunt and it's actually Sean Ambrose. Dimitri, why are you doing this? And he's just like, you keep calling me Dimitri. You really shouldn't. And then you have that moment revealing Sean Ambrose at the beginning of MI2. Starting off at number 10 is the red light, green light moment. I love this moment. Ethan Hunt is fighting Jim Phelps. His accomplice is there. The helicopter's in the tunnel. Jean Reno's about to get to Tom Cruise, about to get to Ethan Hunt, chop his head off, and then the helicopter hits the top of the tunnel. Ethan then has his shot to get on the helicopter and use the chewing gum. Red light, green light. Pits it on there, and then poof, you get that iconic explosion. Such a classic scene and moment from Mission Impossible. After that, at number 9 is the beginning of Mission Impossible Rogue Nation with the plane. They're trying to open this plane. They can't get to it. They can't shut it down. So Ethan Hunt jumps on a plane, and then he's hanging on the side of it as it's taking off. Such an amazing shot done for real. Benji, open the door! Such a great moment from Rogue Nation. It starts off with a bang. After that, at number 8 is the Dead Reckoning car chase between Grace and Ethan. They're handcuffed to each other. You know, he was just chasing her on a motorcycle. They're handcuffed, and he has to drive this little Fiat through the streets of Rome, handcuffed, driving with one hand. Such an exhilarating sequence from start to finish, and I love this moment. Paris, Gabriel's assassin henchwoman, is chasing after them. The CIA is chasing after them. Everybody is chasing after them, and they just have to go navigate the streets and get out of trouble. They are cornered in every which way, and it's such an exciting set piece all the way to the end where Grace betrays Ethan Hunt and he has to get out of a pair of handcuffs in a train tunnel. Wonderful scene. That's the best of Mission Impossible with elements of the Bourne Identity and James Bond. After that, at number 7 is the MI2 Motorcycle Chase. I love that moment where Ethan Hunt escapes Sean Ambrose and his men are after him, and you get that wonderful money shot with Ethan Hunt driving through the flames. The car chase in this is incredible. Probably one of the best motorcycle scenes I've seen on film, along with the highway chase in Matrix Reloaded. I love it. From start to finish, just so much action, so much slow-mo, practical stunts, Ethan Hunt going off a motorcycle, blocking bullets, creating smoke as a distraction, and who could forget the showdown it leads to with both Sean Ambrose and Ethan Hunt charging at each other and then jumping off. This mission just got a hell of a lot more impossible and just amazing. After that, at number 6 is the bridge attack moment in Mission Impossible 3. Owen Davian's men come to rescue him. They attack the bridge, and it's an ambush. Ethan Luthor and the team have to basically save civilians and try to get Owen Davian before his men do. Owen Davian escapes, but there's this drone that's going around, and Ethan gets a weapon, narrowly survives. You have that awesome moment where he's running, and then just like, boom, and he hits the car. Such an epic moment. There's just so many money shots in the Mission Impossible franchise, and this is one of my favorite moments from MI3. After that, at number 5 is the MI2 mask reveal. You have Hugh Stamp, Sean Ambrose's henchman, and he ends up ambushing Ethan Hunt. They fight, and you don't know who wins. Ethan is injured, his jaw is broken, and Sean Ambrose is just relishing in Ethan's pain, and he shoots him. You think Ethan Hunt is dead. And then all of a sudden he notices a bandage, an injury that Hugh Stamp had. He takes the mask off. It's not Ethan Hunt, it's his friend Hugh. And Hugh is actually Ethan Hunt. You get that moment where he's running and this Tom Cruise ripping off the mask running. And just one of my favorite, applause-worthy moments from MI2. After that, at number 4 is the Burj Khalifa climb and Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Oh my god, Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol really redefined what Mission Impossible can be. Brad Bird did an amazing job, and this was filmed in IMAX, but Tom Cruise climbing this, Ethan Hunt, blue is glue, red is dead. You get some amazing heart-stopping moments, some beautiful shots, and once he reached his objective, he can't use an elevator, so he has to go back down. I love that moment with the music of him running down, and then Brent's like, there's not enough rope, and Ethan Hunt's like, no shit. And you get that iconic moment all the way to the jump, and then him hitting his head and then being upside down and the group grabbing him. Oh man, nobody does intense, stressful, exhilarating, action-packed experiences like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. After that, at number 3 is the motorcycle train fight in Dead Reckoning. There's that moment where Gabriel sabotaged the train and Ethan Hunt has to rush to reach the train. He missed his target. So there's a moment where he ends up going off a cliff. Have you seen it? And the trailer did not do it justice. He's still falling for real in free fall. We follow him. He reaches the train. And then after some time, he has to fight Gabriel. And this whole moment here, like from the motorcycle jump to the train fight, reminded me of the first film. I love their fight. What Industrial Light and Magic did with the tunnel, totally a callback and homage to Mission Impossible 1. It's just one of my favorite moments so far of the series. If this is the action that Part 1 brought, I cannot wait to see what happens in Part 2. After that, at number 2 is the Mission Impossible Fallout helicopter chase. All the way down to Ethan Hunt climbing the rope, falling, climbing back again, having to get in the helicopter and chase after John Lark, played by Henry Cavill. I love their confrontation. He's just looking at him, he's like, that's right, prick. There's this whole chase that goes on all the way to them crashing into each other, the mountain, him getting out of the helicopter, like that whole sequence that's intercut with like what Benji, Luther, and Ilsa Faust are doing is just nothing short of incredible. This is Mission Impossible's action at its finest. Probably my favorite entry, and it's because of this third act. I love that they did this for real and the way they orchestrated the helicopter chase. Just one of Mission Impossible's finest moments on film. Tied for number 2 is the Halo jump scene from Mission Impossible Fallout. I love this. Everything from the jump with Ethan Hunt, Tom Cruise doing this for real, how they made it look like Paris below, but then also dealing with the thunderstorm and Ethan Hunt having to save John Lark's life as well as his own. After that, for me, at number 1 is still the Langley Vault scene. There's just something about less being more. Tom Cruise has done more dangerous, more extravagant stunts, but I just still love how iconic it is. Toast. They have to get the knock list, and they're going down. And it's just so intense, he can't touch the ground. He can't have sweat. There can't be noise above a certain decibel. So he gets dropped by Krieger, who's like dealing with a rat in the ventilation system. And then he's like caught last minute, and you just see him like barely missing the floor, sweat starting to go down his glasses, and then him catch it when he's being pulled up. Oh man, so iconic. That image has been replicated in numerous films with Tom Cruise on a cable, but that stunt to me is just what made me love Mission Impossible, the film series, from day one, watching it as a 5-year-old on VHS. Those are my top 10 favorite Mission Impossible moments. Feel free down in the comments below. Share your favorite moments from the Mission Impossible film series. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to check out these other Mission Impossible related videos for more content. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. Be kind to one another. Till next time.